Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I do not know if you are aware, but Israelis want to flood the tunnels in Gaza with seawater. The Israeli Defense Forces, are preparing huge pumps to suck water from the Mediterranean Sea and supposedly flood the tunnels so they can get the Hamas out and destroy them. There's some problems. One, some say that will destroy the agriculture for generations in Gaza, and the other one is Russia says that if Israel floods the tunnels, that is a war crime. So I have three articles. Let's look at all three articles. We'll start chronologically, I would say. Here is the first one, the week. This is from December 7th, 2023. Israel preparing to flood Hamas tunnels with seawater. Israel is reportedly poised to flood the vast tunnel network used by Hamas under Gaza, despite warning about the risk to remaining hostages. So it says that according to the Wall Street Journal, the Israeli Defense Forces finished assembling at least 5 pumps just north of Al-Sharti refugee camp last month that could each move thousands of cubic meters of water per hour from the Mediterranean Sea into the tunnels. And images released by Israel Defense Forces yesterday, and I'm quoting, appear to show scores of Israeli soldiers setting up a series of black pipes on Gaza's beaches, the Daily Mail reported. So, I think it's clear that they intend to do it. They are getting ready. The order was given and they are preparing to do that. They are in the process of doing that. So they will do it. So that is the first article. Now let's go to the second article. The second article comes from the Times of Israel. And this is from December 8, 2023. Today. And this is the title. Flooding Hamas tunnels could harm Gaza's freshwater for generations, warns academic. Experts, plural, call on defense establishment to carefully weigh environmental impacts of reported plan to flush territories out of vast underground network. Environmental experts called on the defense establishment Tuesday to carefully weigh in the long-term environment implications of reported plans to flood the immense network of tunnels in the Gaza Strip with seawater to flush the terrorists out. It says here that they are last month set up 5 large water pumps, Trabalab, under the normal circumstances. Rain falls to earth and percolates down into subterranean storage areas or aquifers. This groundwater is pumped up into wells to supply drinking water. Gaza is home to more than 2 million people and is one of the most densely populated places on earth. The enclave's only sweet water supply comes from a shallow aquifer running parallel to the Mediterranean coast that has been so overpumped, and the subterranean water levels have dropped so far that seawater has entered the aquifer and mixed with the little sweet water that remains. The aquifer's water quality has been further eroded by sewage and agricultural chemical runoff to the extent that 97% of Gaza's freshwater no longer meets World Health Organization water quality standard. So, we got obviously this right here that we have to know. And we have Professor Emeritus Elon Adar of the Zuckerberg's Institute for Water Research at Ben Gurion University of the Negev in southern Israel said that further potential ecological damage to Gaza's aquifer by flooding the tunnels would depend on the quantity of water and their reach. Well, it says, but if several million cubic meters were pumped into the tunnels and seeped into the aquifer, and I'm quoting the negative, impact on groundwater quality would last for several generations, depending on the amount that infiltrates into the subsurface. Israel would hardly feel the effect, he went on, because the coastal aquifers' water flows from Israel to Gaza in that direction. So this is two articles, and I'm going to go now with what the Russians are saying. As of now, the only ones saying that so far. Here it is from Russia Today on the 8th of December 2023. Flooding Gaza would be war crime, end quote, Russia. Moscow's envoy at the United Nations has called out an Israeli plan to pump seawater into the Palestinian enclave. And I'm quoting, if Israel is truly considering flooding the quote-unquote Hamas tunnels under Gaza with seawater, this would be a clear-cut atrocity, Russia's first deputy permanent representative to the United Nations, Dmitry Polyansky, said at the Security Council meeting on Friday. China, Russia, and the United Arab Emirates called for emergency session given the deterioration situation in Palestine enclave after the IDF, Israeli Defense Forces, resumed military operation at the start of December. It says here, and I'm quoting, such a step, if taken, would constitute a clear war crime, end quote. This is Polyansky. And I tell us here what I told you already, plus this that you have to know by heart again. So, and I'm quoting here, according to publicly available information, the IDF has already built a system of pipes, pop. So, remember this. This is what the Russian Polyansky said. Now, what do you think about that one? Well, in order to be just, you have to have rules that will be available and applied across the board. And everyone would be, affected in the same way. So that is, a rape would be the same thing as another rape, regardless who does it and who is the victim. So the same here. Now, that's one thing. And the other one, you have to reverse the roles. If you reverse roles here, and you see if the other guys would have done it, how would you call that? If you call it this way for these guys, then you should call it that way for the other ones if they do the same way, the same thing. That's how justice applies, exists, is. So, my friends, what do you think? Remember, without why don't they do this? Well, they can't. Why don't they I don't want to say wait, because if you flood it, they will get out in certain areas. So that means you're going to do what? You're going to get them there? Then why do you wait like you are surrounding a castle in the medieval times or even before that? You just surround it and you wait. And the guys have to break out somehow. Do you think that those guys in the catacombs over there, they will have, unlimited food? Or you think that people will get them so much food that they will survive? That's a possibility. But they will be underground. Once they pop up, because that's the whole goal, right? You try to flush them out. That means you know where they're coming out, or you just wait with the snipers. There are those tunnels could be popping up, obviously, underneath the buildings. So you'll never know when they come in and come in or go out. You don't know where they come out. Otherwise, you would wait for them over there forever. Remember Vietnam? How these guys were waiting for the Vietnamese to show up, or they would just open it, throw in, boom, run, boom, and that's it. They were coming out, or not. The same here. But hey, I'm not over there. I don't know. This is per the Russians, and I don't know if. I suspect Israel will not give up ultimately, and I guarantee you that. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.